Hello guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about BTC, we're going to talk about Ethereum, Ripple XRP. We're going to talk about basically, crypto all around, right? So we saw a massive dump last night when we were going live. As you can see, we dumped like 15, almost 13%, right? In 15 minutes, right? So something like that, right? Less than 15 minutes. So it was kind of like very expected. I know most moon boys did not expect it, right? Like Steve was talking about. If you haven't watched the Steve update, the circle guy, most of you guys know him as the circle guy, make sure to go and check it out. So he was talking about like how the most people have been expecting like a BC to go to 20k straight up, and got all these people like FOMOing to the upside. But I gave you guys a good warning, even though we were long in it, up to like a 12.3. Okay, so we started taking profit up like to 11.7, 11.9, and then every 100 points we were taking profit because we did not expect like a BTC to break basically 12.3. So if you basically been long in it, at 12k expecting like a BTC to pump to the upside, you most likely got crushed. Okay, you most likely got crushed. So let's take a look at the chart on the macro scale, lower degree, and all of that good stuff, right? And the drop not going to be linear, so do not expect like a BTC to capitulate like this week, this month, and stuff like that. Yes, I'm still expecting a 90% drop, okay, from like the rest of the alt, right? Especially from this top. All right, most alt, okay, could be dropping within the next few years, right? 90%. Not saying they're going to do it this month, next month, but it is going to be a macro scale. All right, macro scale drop. All right, so be cautious. Can you trade the market? Yes, you can trade the market in and out, but what I'm trying to tell you, like we might not be in a bull run. We might not be in a bull run, and our chance of basically making a bull run is getting smaller and smaller, especially if we dump back below 10k, guys. Okay, it could be severe. Okay, it could be very, very, very severe. So let me take a look at the chat room, guys. So if you're new to the content, make sure to hit the likes, make sure to subscribe to our channel, make sure to basically join our public Telegram group, link in the description, right? So link in the description. And if you've been following our channel long enough, we said like a resistance is basically 11.9 to 12.3 on top of the screen, and support is where you take a look at support is 10.5 to 10.8. We basically get rejected at 11.9 to 11.9, right, to 12.3. We dump all the way back down where to 10.5 to 10.9, right? So I had a scalp position right there before the pump, and I did not move it, right? So it basically dumped to my basically scalp entry right there, and then basically pick up, right? So you just have to be cautious. Even though I was long in it, right, we still in my premium group we still had another position sitting right there, just about like a 12.7, right, to 12.9. I mean 11.7 to basically 10.7 to basically 10.5 areas, this range. All right, so let's take a look at basically the chat room. We got 28 watching. Make sure to hit the likes, guys. We should get like at least 30 likes, right, since we got 30 watching. What's up, Verse in the house, Alonzo in the house, Memphis in the house, Memphis, not Memphis, Okpor in the house, Aldo, ciao. That's my Italiano friend right there. Never again below. Look at these moon boys coming out, right? So you guys going back to the cave, right? So after this 1500 points drop, you're most likely gonna go back to in the cave and hide back until we break basically 12k, and you guys gonna come out. Hey, what's up, K4 Liberty? So guys, make sure to hit the likes, man. You get free content. Only Sun Crypto told you like 11.9 to 12k. 12.3 is basically resistance, and then we hit like a 12.169 on Bybit, guys. So if you basically been cautious enough, you should have got out at least at 12k to 12.1. You should at least basically liquidated all your position, at least 80 to 90% of your position, because we're almost like just about like 90% of maximum target. You should liquidate at least more than 80% of your position, right? So that's how I usually like to play it. I don't wait for a final target. Okay, sometimes 50% of my, when I get like, let's say I'm long, we long like from 10k to 12k, right, for instance, right? So if we hit like 11K, I'm looking at like 50% off of my position, and just after that, look at it like every every 50% move, I just look at it more, right? Stuff like that. So, but most of the moon boys, they're gonna wait for the 20K, right? Thinking like this, they're gonna go to 20K in 2 weeks, right? And stuff like that, just like 2017. We're not in a bull market, guys. We're not in a bull market. So, hey, what's up, Mr. Fool? Sound like a fool. Can you give me a shout out? No, I'm just joking. Let's take a look at the chart, guys. So now, most of you guys are pretty much like die-hard followers, right? So you know what we've been expecting. You know what Sen is expecting. You know what we've been talking about. We know we've been saying be cautious, right? Give you warning after warning, because the market is crazy, right? So if I'm saying like, oh, we're gonna drop, and BC pumps above like 12K, right? 12.5, people are gonna be like, oh, you're wrong. You said you were gonna drop, because they don't understand volatility. Okay, they don't understand volatility. That's why I keep giving you like a basically a 3 to 4% gap for you to basically manage your. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I expect and what I do, right? So keep that in mind. And I showed you a very, very important point if you're new to the content, right? Showed you this boy is Bybit, doesn't have enough history. So yeah, you're famous. Okay, so let's take a look at it, right? So you got right there. Okay, let's move it to the let's take a look at it on Bitstamp, right? Most of you guys pretty much familiar with the Bitstamp chart or the BLX, right? So if you don't know what the BLX chart is, the BLX chart is right there. Make sure to add it to your watch list. It has better history, okay? Because most people forget like we got 5-way structure right there, right? So it has a better history. But let's take a look at it on Bitstamp, because Bitstamp has a moving price, right? I mean, the price of Bitstamp is more active. So I showed you yesterday, right, or the day before yesterday, this red line, right? And I explained to you guys live, okay? This one was live. I've been saying it over the last few days. Be cautious, okay? Even though because like I just couldn't understand like why we broke out this line, okay? I know it is a resistance 10.5, but I couldn't find any explanation, honestly, right? Why we just broke out. Because in terms of volume, right? Yes, volume was low. If you look at it on Bitstamp, that was the only valid reason, right? I could use to say, okay, we're gonna basically break out. Low volume, right? Declining prices, it is bullish, right? That's correct. But we weren't declining, okay? We were still making high lows, right? So that kind of give me like a 50-50 chance, like, oh, we can just capitulate, just like the sort of thing we did right there. Okay, right there. Okay, you can see this one I was shorting it, right? If you were in our group, you remember the 40% pump, right? The 40% pump. Most of you guys can go back and watch all my videos, right? Back in like October, November, and I was like, that's the biggest fake out of all time, right? Most analysts were like, oh, we pumped back above the weekly 21 EMA, we're gonna be going to the moon and all that good stuff, right? And I was like, guys, be cautious. This move right there, right? It's the same move we got right there. Okay, you guys remember the 3rd, October 15, 2018, right? And I was like, that's the same exact move we basically just repeated right around this area. Okay, and we also repeated it right there, the 3rd, right? Another like a sort of 3rd right there, this pump right there from up to 10.9. We still shorted it. So we're very good at picking up the top. That we don't have problem about like the top. Sometimes you can get fake outs and all of that good stuff, but only Sen Crypto can pick, can show you like these tops, right? Top formation. So basically we got support. When I withdraw my ADA reward from ETHEREUM, constant, what are you talking about ADA? We're talking about BTC, man. Hey, what's up, Kavish? Yeah, many moon boys calling for 20K. they're gonna see it. I mean, let's get back to the analysis, because we just have to be careful, man, guys. I won't be say to go to $1 million, but I just want to be cautious. Can we break it? Absolutely, we can break this level. But if we break to the upside, we're gonna talk about what type of chances, right, the bull's gonna have basically in order to keep up the momentum. But as of now, we just have to respect what we get, right? So if you're new to the content, we talk about this first week of November, right? Bang. Okay, we talk about the capitulation down right there, 5700. Most Moonboy was saying head and shoulder, because on the lower degree we got a beautiful head and shoulder right there, right, from like a March, right, some like around like March or something like that, March 2018. And you can see like basically across this sort of a symmetrical triangular formation, 1-to-1 extension, even break this 1-to-1 extension to the downside. Was like a textbook, just a normal textbook pattern, right? Normal textbook pattern, another normal textbook pattern. And this is macro. This is not none of that good stuff. This stuff we talk about it like back in September 2019. We said we're gonna drop all the way down to 4K September 2019 based on this, guys. Just that. So but this one, the structure we got right there, since like we got a fake out, we have to take a look at it, because you know, even if you do a 1-to-1 extension, it's gonna take us at least 6400, but we got another target down, right? So we're gonna take a look at it. But the main thing is like the red trend line is pretty much very famous, right? It is a very popular trend line. Most analysts cannot figure out like why we still got this trend line right there. 40% pump, yeah, another basically 100% pump nearly, right, from 64 almost 80% pump, right, and another basically 2x 3x pump still facing the trend line. Okay, can we hug it, right? Yes, we can, because we don't know what type of a structure we're gonna make. We just have to wait for the next few days to see. Okay, that's a weekly time frame, what type of structure we're gonna make over the next 4 to 6 weeks, right? Because it requires time, right? Unless we just capitulate and lose all the momentum this week. Like let's say we close not the current weekly candle, but next week candle, right? We close below like 98, guys. That's going to be very scary, very scary, very scary, very scary. Oh, Richmond, Virginia. You watched it last night, because we dump live. We dump live. Okay, we dump live. So before the dump, I was showing you what type of candle we needed and all of that good stuff, right? And right after I finished explaining all of that good stuff, right, we basically dump on a 15-minute chart, right? So dump on a 15-minute chart. So let's see what the bull's gonna be doing. But as of now, macro scale, that's the most important trend line. You got other trend lines, right? But this one, we just have to basically keep an eye on it. We got another trend line right there, dated since like a September. So, but it doesn't have too many touches so far. Was like a support, right, at the 4400, which was like our our target when BC was 10.5. We were calling for 42 to 55, same exact trend line. So nice confluence, right? And not that alone, right? But we say 1.27 to 1. I don't have time to show it to you right now, but 1.27 to 1.41 was also a very, very important trend line to be paying attention to, right? So let's see. So if you guys remember that, right? Remember 1.27, 1.41, when I was telling you if we drop down, pay attention to 1.27. So I showed you like in different angles, right, why basically 5K was so important. If you've been following long enough Send Crypto, we said we pump to the upside like this, right? We drop, we pump, we drop, right? We drop, we pump, we do this, and then we do that, and then we dump, right? So if we do a swing low to swing high, right, from swing low to swing high, right, BTC drop right there at 1.41. So this move right there, this descending triangle, if I do a swing low to swing high, we got support right at 1.4 to 1.27, right? This one we nailed it. We nailed this move, the 40% pump right there. We nailed this one on not the 40% pump, but the support level at 72 to 74. That's how we nailed it also, not just in terms of wave analysis. And on the macro scale also, we said pay attention. If you do a swing low from this range, right, of 65, right, to 14K, pay attention to 1.41 to 1.27, and guess what? We did not even close above. We did not close below 1.27. So we said even up down to like 1.618, but it is going to be very, very aggressive 1.618. But pay attention to basically 1.41 to 1.27. So we hit all these like targets based on different, different views. So let's just keep that in mind. So we're gonna take a look at the lower degree now. Let's take a look at the lower degree on Binance, right? On Bybit. Hey, what's up, Lee? What's up, Buzz? We got too many Buzz, man, nowadays. We got Buzz with a B-U-Z-Z. 2 of them, 3 of them now. And we got a Boz, B-O-Z-Z. Yes, Bitcoin dominance, death cross coming, right? So we're gonna take a look at it later. So the volume is kind of very, 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 very big on Bitstamp, not Bitstamp, but Bybit. But these big volume always indicate what? A reversal. This big volume, that's the only one. That's the only big volume we got right there, without a reversal. This one, right? But everything else, every single big volume showed like it is showing a trend reversal. Okay, every big volume, okay, showing a trend reversal. This big volume, we got this big 40% pump, and we got this big volume at mid-November trend reversal, and we got this big volume right here in terms of red. It showed a trend reversal, another big volume, trend reversal, big volume. Trend did not reverse, it just moved sideways and pump. So this big volume right there could be an indication of a trend reversal, especially when we hit 0.8888, right? What I mean by 0.888, 888, not 666, because we got 666 in the house. 888, I showed you 888, guys, right? Just based on right there. Okay, so swing high to swing low, right? We got right there 0.888, right, which is like 12K on the dot, right? Depending on how you draw it and which exchange you're using. So but you gotta give it like room, room for error, right? So that's why I said 11.9 to 12.3 range, but we hit 12.2, so that's good. That's good. Hey, Mr. Khan in the house, Ibrahim. Hey, Iceman is already up. I mean, the bulls, they need to close above 11.7, right? That it gives them better advantage, right? If they close above 11.7, guys, the bears gotta go back in the cave, right? So let's see. We got like less than 4 hours. So if like we close above 11.7, okay, they're gonna be on fire. Okay, the bulls has to go back in, right? The bears has to go back in, right? So let's just keep that in mind. Even though, all right, we got a big strike. I said it, 12K. You have to be careful at 12K. You have to be careful, okay? I cannot tell you what to do. That's why I just tell you to be careful, okay? It's up to you to say, hey, I'm going to take 90% of my position, right? Or I'm going to take 80% of my position, or I'm just going to flip short and all of that good stuff, right? So, but volatility is high. If you don't want to trade the volatility, you just take your money and you wait for the next setup, because it is crazy. It is very, very high. And if you want to trade every move, it's going to be very, very, very tough. Sometimes you just have to take your profit. Profits are profits, right? You take them and you sit tight, enjoy it for a couple of days. BTC is not going anywhere. Okay, we got 1,500 points drop, but guess what? It's going to be around for a very, very long time, right? So you're going to get many 1,500 points pump and dump. So no need to be basically try to trade every single move, right? Because otherwise you're going to be very, very, very very, very stressful. 11.7 is not going to happen. Let's see, okay? Let's see. So now let's drop it. Let's take a look at basically daily, right? Daily not looking healthy. Okay, daily not looking healthy. As you can see, we got a big warning right there, because the sell volume we got right here was like almost 90%. Even though, look, even you know how people sell, right? They don't want to sell everything at once, so they have to. So let me try and explain it, right? So let's say Iceman got 1 million BTC, right? And he's trying to sell it, right? But we don't have enough buyers, so Iceman has to be buying, right? Buying BTC. Let's say BTC is at 9K, right? But at 9K, right? We don't have enough buyers. So and he got 1 million BTC, right? So but we only got like 100,000 buyers at 9K. So he has to keep buying, right? Keep buying and buying slowly and keeping the price up. So all the moon boy is gonna FOMO, right? And all of a sudden at 12K, we're gonna get like 800,000 buyers at 12K, right? And let's say 500,000 buyers at 12K, and then we're gonna get another basically 300,000 buyers all the way down to 10.5. So now he got like almost 1 million BTC to dump. He's just gonna dump it. He's just gonna sell everything from like 10.5 to 12K. So all his orders, right, gonna get filled. That's why sometimes price, right, goes up and volume goes down, right? When price goes up, volume goes down, right? You know something is up. You know something is up, right? So because they want to keep the price very high, right? So they can dump their BTCs, because they cannot dump it like when there is not enough buyers. Okay, so you just have to keep that in mind. So but we got big sell volume right there, but you see like the candle body right there, they picked it up right back up. Okay, so even though the candle is red, you can see they basically bought everything back up. It is telling you they want to keep the price higher, right? So they can dump. But guess what? They dump it right back at the same level. And I was showing you on the lower degree regarding this 50% of this body candle, right? I was showing you. Let me show you on the lower degree what I'm telling you. You probably forget about it, right? When I was telling you price gonna come back down at least 50% of this reversal body candle, and we had a 1 hour 100 EMA. Let me use the Aldo EMA, and I can find it. I know I deleted it. Not the Aldo EMA, but the Aldo EMA. Can't find it. Not you, not you. I don't know why I basically deleted my EMA for some reason. Forgot the name. Give me guys 1 second. Yeah, but let me just use a regular EMA so can find the name again. All right, so basically the 21 EMA, let's see, I don't need you. All right, so that's good enough. So as you can see on the hourly basis, we were waiting for this one, but it moves too fast. Price was moving too fast, so it did pick up. We wanted it to basically intercept it right there, but price went up too high. Right now, this is a flat correction. It is a continuation pattern, right? So you just have to know that whenever you see this, right, 1 2 3, you know this is a continuation pattern, right? So but sometimes it can get it can get bored up right there and create another hump. If it does, you just, if we break this trend line, you take the long up to 0.618 to 0.786, right? That's another strategy you have to pay attention to. But we broke this level and we said, we're going to retest 50% of this wick right there, okay? And we came back to it, 50% of it. And let's take a look at basically 6 hour. 6 hour, we basically, the 21 EMA, that's what we said also, like, if we dump, we just have to basically get a support from this 21 EMA. So we still, the bull still in control, right, in terms of like 6 hour 21 EMA. Now that's the most important moving average we gotta pay attention to until we basically retest like 0.786 to 0.618 right there. Could even go higher to 0.888, right, depending on volatility. But after we do that, you gotta pay attention to your 100 EMA on your 6 hour, right, or your 12 hour. It depends on volatility, right? On your 12 hour, that's what we're gonna be paying attention to. So let's basically try to retest the 10.7 to 10.5 and try to go back up to 11.7, right, to 11.9 range, right? Could even go higher depending if like we're gonna gonna get a spike to the upside or stuff like that, and then come back down and retest this moving average, which is basically either the 12 hour 100 EMA, right, which is your 50 daily 50 EMA, right? Or we could just retest the daily 100 EMA. So it all depends, because it's going to take a long time to basically strategize all of this stuff. But it is good to remember it, because if you don't pay attention to it, you might not remember it. Okay, so we said the same thing right there. Okay, we paid attention to our basically 201 EMA after we paid attention to our 6 hour 100 EMA, and then after we said 12 hour 100 EMA, after we said daily 100 EMA. That's how we played it out right there. But it did pump afterward, after the daily 100 EMA. So let's just pay clear attention to these moving averages, right? Now the 6 hour is the most important, right? So let's see if we're gonna basically try to find a good support at or around it. That's the most important. And then bulls could get the double bottom and get this three-way move pullback. You see what I'm saying? And then they're gonna get this three-way move pullback and probably find a support on the daily 100 EMA, right? Once again, the daily 100 EMA going to be moving a little bit fast over the next few days, which is right there, right? So that's possible. Okay, that's possible setup. Okay, we could be anticipating over the next few days, right? But if not, it could just dump straight 4,000 point, right? But I don't think we will. But if we do, we just take what we get, right? We just take what we get. Hey, what's up, Carpenter? Alt season, yeah, alt season we're gonna get alt season, guys. That's why I'm still holding alt, right? But the big alt, man, might be in trouble, right? Like XRP and all those big alt that just pump like with BTC, they could be in trouble. Okay, they could be in trouble, right? So I would be taking profit and be positioning on my alt, adding more position to alt, because alt I'm not leveraging, right? Just holding tight. And they can pump like nicely for a nice 2 to 3 weeks versus BTC, and you just take your BTC back, put it into BTC. Even if BTC, let's say I'm holding PHB, right? PHB, I think it is at 34, 35 right now, right? So, and let's say it pumps to let's say 110. Okay, that's almost 300% pump, right? no, 200% pump, right? Nearly, right? You basically, you know, if you put like 0.1 BTC, now you got like 0.3 BTC. So if BTC dumps like even 30%, you're still gonna be okay on your dollar value. If BTC dumps 50%, you're still good because you already increased your BTC holding. That's why you wanna, you know, you wanna increase your BTC holding while BTC is basically moving sideways. That way, if BTC dumps even 50%, you're still okay because you already double your BTC, so your dollar value is still the same, right? So that's why you know, you want to position yourself with alt, right? Yeah. So now let's take a look at basically the hourly time frame. Hourly, basically, as I showed you, the Zeus method, right? So if you're scalping, you know you're basically looking for a short as soon as we retest these moving averages. And if you short it, you can see that you get your 1.5%. Okay, retest 1 hour 100 EMA, that's a short. Last night we talked about it, right? As soon as we retested this level, you know, you could have shorted for a nice 3%, right? So, you know, and that's the Zeus method. Okay, so we got to be able to break these moving averages, at least, you know, for now, to be able to you know, move to the upside. But pay attention to your basically channel, this channel right here. Okay, you can either get a descending triangle, we can get either a descending triangle, or we can get a symmetrical triangle right there. So volatility could be very tight very soon. Okay, so we could get a very high volatility very soon. All right, so, and I like to look for 1.41 for these you know, type of setup. I like to look for 1.41 to 1.27, right? So 1.41 going to be 11.6, and 1.618 going to be up to like 11.7, right? So if you want to do it like that, you can. If you just want to pay attention to your you know, swing high to swing low, right? You could also pay attention to your 11.8, which is 0.786, and 0.888 going to be 11.9. Either way you look at it, depending if you're longing it or you're shorting. If like, let's say I'm longing it, I'm just going to take the lower number, which is like 1.6, 1.5 to get out. And if I'm shorted, right, if I'm going to short it, I'm going to look for the higher numbers, the higher basically like, let's say 0.888 and 0.786, because that's safest, right? That's the safest, right? But BTC is very funny. I realize, like, most of the time BTC, right, gonna pump to 0.618, and you're waiting for 0.786, right? It's not gonna go straight to 0.786. It's gonna drop back down and then go to 0.786. So if you're waiting for if you're waiting at 0.786 and it pumped to a 0.618, get rejected, and you're gonna like, man, I'm gonna short now, and you're gonna start shorting right there and put your stop loss at 0.618. It's gonna eat it. It happened many times. Okay, it happened many times, and I realize it. That's why sometimes when we get rejected at 0.618, I don't do anything. I don't short it after. I just wait, because I know you know, BC is very funny. They can dump it back down, find support, and go to 0.786. It is something like you just have to also keep in mind in case you're a moon boy and you love 0.618, right? Alt season is done. I don't think alt season is done. Let's see. If BC can stay just about like 9 to 11k, alt season should be okay. They should do well. We just have to stay. BC just has to basically stay around like 10k, right, on average, and that should be okay. Because we you know, alt been pumping like since like the first week of May, right? Like this, they bottom like May 15. You remember they alt stopped like tapped out at you know, February 15th, right, 16th, right, and they bottom at right around like May 15th, right, May 15th, right, and now they just they tapped out around like, I think they tapped out around July 15, July 17 range, right? So that's when alt tapped out also. So they could bottom out right now and then start like pumping a bottom for making a bottom formation all the way up to you know, mid-August and so on, right? mid-August, and so on. Let's take a look at the 3-day chart for BTC. Man, it look nasty, man. Look at the 3-day chart. Look at the 3-day chart. So something I forgot to show you guys regarding the 12K level. Okay, 12K is very. I was trying to show you over the last few days, and I remember well 12K, right? So 12K right there, I remember 12K very well, because I was showing you like we had a bad run from this 3-day 21 EMA when we were looking for it to short it, and we were waiting for it to drop back down to 91, but BTC keep pumping. We're saying, oh, we're waiting for a retest, and that's when we pumped to 12K for 10 days, right? So we pumped to that level. We got a nice rejection. The type of rejection we got right now is pretty much similar. Take a look at it on 3-day chart, guys. That is very nasty, guys. That's very nasty. So I don't know, guys. It is very nasty, guys. Very nasty. So, and the candle gonna close like in 27 hours, not this current day. We got another day to close this 3-day candle, but on the Heiken Ashi also, we don't have any big tail, big wick, small body type of let's see. Let's take a look at on the Heiken Ashi. So on the Heiken Ashi, next candle going to be big tail, big wick, small body, because the next candle gonna open right around like half of this body candle, right? It's gonna open like at 10.9, and if we pump to the upside like 11.7, right, within the next 3 days and get rejected and drop back down to like 10.4 within the next like 4 to 6 days, right, it's gonna create a lot of bearish setup. But as of now, if you just pay attention to your Heiken Ashi candle, it's bullish. It's no sign of reversal, but we just have to anticipate it, because we got a big tail, big wick, small body on our regular candle. It's gonna affect like the Heiken Ashi candle depending on the next 3 days, right? But the 12-day chart, if you pay attention to it, not the 12-day chart, but the 12K area, the 12K area, that's when we got rejected right there. Guess what happened, right? Same exact thing, and we did not dump like 13%, right, at 12K, because this one we got a nice fake out right there. Similar fake out we just got from like 11.8, right, to 12.3, right? So you can see like BTC basically dumped just 9%, and guess what? We basically managed to pull back up, just like what I'm trying to show you, like pushing back up to 0.786, right? You can see it pushing back up to 0.786. That's a move you want to basically try to maximize, right? Don't try to maximize like this the drop right now. Just wait for the pullback. It is gonna pull back, okay? And we still got a gap at 11.9, right? We still got a gap up there, right? So you wait for this pullback right there, okay, 0.786, and you can see like made a nice triangular formation. A nice triangular formation. BTC love to top out with a triangular formation. Capitulated down right there. Capitulated down right there. Okay, so we just have to keep that in mind. We basically repeating the same exact scenario we basically experienced, right, a year ago. Exact time frame, right, a year ago. So let's just keep that in mind. A possible support and a pullback to 0.786. Okay, I don't want to basically speculate on what type of structure we could be making to go back up, but the most important is price level I'm looking for. It is going to be 0.786 to 0.618 up to 12.3. If it basically pump, I gotta be ready for that. Because it can do something crazy trying to liquidate all the shorts, right? So thanks a lot K4 Liberty. XRP follows every BTC moves, but XRP just pumped 50%. We long XRP from low 20 cents, right? So for those of you guys who've been saying like XRP going to zero, right? we long it from the low 20 cents after we broke the weekly 211 EMA. We've been waiting for it like for almost 10 weeks, guys, just waiting for XRP to get a nice close above like a weekly 211 EMA, because if you try to trade those 3%, right, it's gonna be tough, right? So we just took it above the weekly 211 EMA. We said target is up to 31 cents. It goes higher, you miss target, right? So let's say I say we're gonna pump to like 30 cents, we pump to 33, you still miss target, right? But people always say, oh, it even goes higher, you see. But the goal is like the directional move. That's why I don't basically pick a number, I just give a range, right? But we took profit like 25 cents, right? And then you know, ladder position 29 to 31, right? Just like we did with BTC. Took profit 11.4, 11.7, and ladder position 11.9 to 12.3, because I did not trust this pump. I don't trust this pump. Okay, I've seen this structure. The reason why I basically, you know, saying like let's take profit, because I've seen this structure right there. Okay, this pump is this dump we got right there. You guys don't remember too much, okay? But I've seen it before, so I didn't say anything about to my guys. I just say, guys, let's take profits, right? I just say let's take profit, because I've seen it right there. We pump right there and we drop right back down, drop right back down. So same structure, same exact thing, right? So as soon as we brought, you know, this level and basically start pumping above like, you know, 11.7, I was like, guys, that's the you know, the same level we got back in like May, June. So let's just, you know, start warning my guys, take profits, right? So the bull's still in control, guys. So let's not forget about that. Even though the bear is out, we let the bears out, there's bull still in control. You know, this range is going to be a possible pushback up, and we got to do a good job to we got to do a good job to basically neutralize this 11K range. And as you can see, like after the dump right there, you can see like we push back up to like a 0.888 right there, push back up to 0.888. So that's what I'm saying. If you're basically looking for 0.786, still give yourself some, you know, some room for error up to 0.888. Don't I try to avoid going all in, so I won't be basically get trapped and you're gonna be out of funds and you don't know what to do afterward, right? That's gonna be very, very tough, right? Very, very tough. I'm not an animal guy. I'm a BTC guy. Ask me what's my favorite altcoin and all that good stuff. This guy talking about lizard. Crypto crackhead. Hey, what's up, crypto crackhead? Yeah, we got some crypto crackhead in the house. So yeah, let's see. So low degree, guys, going to be very volatile. Bulls, they just have to basically if you're bullish, right, you got this zone right there, we talked about it right before the dump, right? We have to basically stay in this range. That's what we talked about last night. We did before the dump, okay? That's even like a before the dump, right? It's the no for the bulls to let price dip below this range. They're gonna do everything they can, right, not to let the price dip at this level. Okay, so it is something like if you bearish, you just have to keep that in mind, so you won't be very frustrated, right? Because whenever you short, price, you know, drops down to this level, it might get bought up very quickly, okay? Get bought up very quickly, and then now we could you know, can do this and do all this nonsense, right? So you just have to be very cautious. Pay attention to your EMAs, pay attention to your daily 100 EMA, your 8 hours 100 EMA, if you basically know how to use it. So your 8 hour 100 EMA is basically your 4 hour 21 EMA. I mean your 4 hour you know, 200 EMA. You see what I'm saying? So and your 4 hour you know, your 4 hour 21 EMA is your 8 hours, you know, 21 EMA. So that way. So you know what I mean, okay? Just basically double it. because I don't want to use too many EMAs. That's why I use like different time frames. So I know this is the 200 EMA on the 4 hour. This is it right there. Okay. And very important, it likes to eat the price. Okay, I mean, you know what I mean. It likes to support the price, right? Right there, right there. Okay, that's the dump we got from 8K, down to 8K from 10K. All right, so any dump we get right now, it can be supported right there at 10K again, right? So hey, what's up, Dr. Howie? Felt a snatch. So guys, let's take a look at Ethereum now. So before we've been talking about BTC for almost 40 minutes, right? So let's jump in. Let's talk about Ethereum. We got DNT picking up 14% up, alt picking up slowly. Okay, it's just about 81. So DNT we said, like, you know, the entry, I think like 85, 88, just like CND. So alt is picking up slowly, right? Alt is picking up slowly. So Ethereum got support from the 6 hour 21 EMA. So we could expect like some sort of a V-shape, you know, trying to get a V-shape recovery from Ethereum. We already got a divergence from Ethereum. So any move we get to the upside could be just try to make a lower highs right there. Okay, lower highs. So volume is big enough, right, to basically give bears enough confidence, right? So I'm pretty sure bear is going to be very confident versus you know, versus the dollar Ethereum. So any push to the upside, you see like we could not break the 388 range again, even though we push back up on the, you know, after the 6 hour dump, we push back up like almost for 12 hours, forcing it, but we cannot do anything. So Ethereum next support level, really, it is going to be your you know, 6 hour 100 EMA. So at some point it's gonna basically retrace up to this level, right? So we could look for any retracement from Ethereum. Bull's gonna be buying the dip. So be cautious shorting Ethereum. Some like, you know, anywhere around like 300. Let it pull back up first before you basically do anything. So if you don't want to take a short right now, you wait for it to retest it, pull back up, and then you can basically strike and then basically join the crowd. Either you join the crowd right now or you wait after the pullback. I know it's gonna be it's gonna take forever to retrace down to a 320 to a low $300 range, and then have to wait back up for another 20% move to short it. So it's up to you to join the crowd now, or basically to wait till we retest. Another strategy you could also wait is like for Ethereum to retest 50% of this candle right there. It could do it if BTC is going up, right? Going back up to 11K, it can retest at least 50% of this week. Okay, and then you can join the crowd. You got multiple chances to join the crowd, but you know, but you don't, you know, it's up to you. Leave Dr. Howie alone, man. Dr. Howie talk about some lasers. And we got Ken Brown in the house too, talking about the the Similis is his favorite lizard, right? So lizard. So Ethereum, you know, daily not looking that bad. Daily big dump guy on Bitstamp. So just have to be cautious. I keep saying it. Volume was big for Ethereum, but we got a bigger volume. Okay, just because volume is big, it doesn't mean it cannot get bigger, right? Volume is big, but we got something bigger, which is right there. Okay, big can get bigger, small can get smaller, dump can be dumper. Okay, you can get again dump can get dumper, right? So just keep that in mind. Big sell volume on the daily time frame. Weekly time frame for Ethereum, not very scary, right? If you're playing the high time frame, you okay. If you just basically trading Ethereum based on the high time frame, you might not worry too much, because this candle is pretty protective, all right, and it is way above like a support. Okay, so Ethereum, as not it closes above this level, like 318, I was out. I was like, okay, 318, you know, I'm out. I'm not trying to stay with it, and flip to long, right? So we long it up to, you know, low 300, right, up to basically 365, right, 375. That was the target. So as you can see, got out. You didn't wait for the FOMO, for the for people to jump in, you know, Saturday night and all that good stuff, and saying, oh, we're going to the moon and all that good stuff, right? But weekly basis, the bears got to do a good job, because only daily is bearish, and we got to neutralize this bullish candle. Okay, so but we only got like less than 3 hours before the weekly candle close. So I don't see like you know, Ethereum losing the momentum on the weekly right now. So it is just a no-no. Okay, it is just a no-no. It is just a no-no. So so Ether broke above take profit 375. Say take profit and put a stop loss. That's you know, next level bulls could attempt to push through to. It is going to be like 485. So let's see if they're going to get enough juice to do so. All right, so it is going to be very critical for the bulls. 3-day chart for Ethereum for some reason is untouched at all. Only daily is basically 2-day chart is basically looking very scary. So no divergence yet on the 2-day chart. Big divergence on the 12-hour time frame. Right, big divergence on the 12-hour time frame. Right there. So yeah, I know what you meant, Iceman. So speaking of Ethereum Classic, took a long from the low $7, right, and was looking for, let's see, 8 point. So Ethereum Classic is one of the, we missed the 8.4. It pumped like to 8.3, right? But as I said, you know, we don't wait for, if you enter right there like 6.8, like 6.9, you don't wait for, you know, the final target. That's why I keep saying halfway through, chop half, okay, and put a stop loss at entry. That's it. That's all you do, and then lot of position up to your target. Don't be greedy. So, but it did not manage to hit basically 8.4, but we hit like a 8.3. That's absolutely close enough, right? So Ethereum Classic, you know, came back down, find a support right there. So let's see if like we're gonna go back up. because 0.618, that's what I was worried about, right? 0.618, and on the weekly 100 EMA, I was kind of worried a little bit about the weekly 100 EMA, but we managed to close above the weekly, let's see, I think it's weekly or 3-day. So weekly 100 EMA, depending which exchange you're using, right? So weekly 100 EMA, it did push through, right? Let's take a look at it on Binance. Yep, the weekly 100 EMA. So it was basically pushing through, but at the same time I was like, okay, we need to basically push through above the weekly 100 EMA, and at the same time we at 0.618, so it's not going to be easy, right? So to basically hit 8.4, right? So, and at the same, I was targeting this one, also targeting this range, but generally, okay, if you basically target at 0.618, you should be okay. All right, you enter at 6.8, 6.9, you get out at just about like 8. It's about like 8. You should be okay. Even 7.6, you should be okay, right? So, but I was just going by the this range. Okay, I think the target was a little bit high, but I think like 0.618 was good enough, and to look for another one. Just like Bitcoin Cash. Let's move on to Bitcoin Cash for Liberty, right? Bitcoin Cash target was like 330, right? But I said like take profit at 305. Why 305, right? Because 305 we had a 0.618 was at 305. You see like the difference for Bitcoin Cash, price hit target range 330, right? But and broke the 0.618 was like 305. So you take profit 305, take some at 330. Okay, don't be greedy, and then you basically re-strategize, because market price cannot keep going forever. All right, you just take your profits and then you wait for the next setup. Okay, so the next setup could take another few days, another few trading sessions before you basically find another good strategy. What's up, MA63? Dump it. Oh, okay, hey, Bitcoin Cash, I just saw your message, right? Okay, for Liberty. So Bitcoin Cash, I would like to wait a little bit, right? It looks good. We got a rejection level we could pay attention to right there, weekly 100 EMA, which is basically 400. So it means if Bitcoin Cash is going to go up to 400, right, it has to basically break 12K. So let's see how Bitcoin Cash is going to be able to do it. But as of now, I'm just going to be cautious. But on the weekly basis, it is still a hold, right? It's nothing scary based on weekly for Bitcoin Cash. But since we already hit target range 330 to 350, I'm just going to be cautious, because you just don't want to basically lose the profit you made from a 247 range, right there, 242 right there, up to 330. It even hit like a 338, right? But let's say you just follow instructions, right? You take profit at 330. That's 36% move, right? Even if even like if you do like a 2x, that's 70% gain. If you do 3x, that's 100% gain, right? So you don't want to lose all of that and try to be greedy and not being patient enough, and then market gonna take it back. But as of now, as I said, for Bitcoin Cash, one of the reasons why I waited for Bitcoin Cash to close above the weekly 200 EMA, just like EOS, XRP, Litecoin, and all of that good stuff, because we could possibly make a 3-wave also. This could possibly be just a 3-wave and it's done. Okay, it could be like this. That's why I just want to be cautious. You see what I'm saying? So not saying it is going to do it, but it is a possibility. We got a very good chance for it to be just a 3-way move. Okay, for it to be a 3-way move. Got impulse, right? 1, 2, and 3. This triangular formation is just your B wave, because your B wave sometimes, let's say you're making an ABC correction like 1, 2, and 3. Your B wave sometimes can be a triangle, right? Can be a triangle. Your B wave, right, can be a triangle like this. It's an ugly triangle, but you know what I mean, right? So okay, a B wave, you can get A, B, and C. All right, so something like that, right? You know what I mean. I don't know why this is like that, right? Let's do it. Let's make a descending triangle, right? So something like this, okay? So Bitcoin Cash could possibly make this move, right? Like this. And then this move is basically your impulse wave down. That's your impulse wave down, A, B, and C, right? So thanks a lot, K for Liberty. So if you guys don't have any question, let me know regarding other alt. Let's take a look at, let's go back to BTC because AGI is still holding at 200. When we started talking about AGI, if you're still holding AGI, you're still both up on your BTC value and you're still up on your dollar value because BTC is up and AGI is like still like around 200. And we started talking about AGI like when AGI was like what, 150, 160, right? So it is almost up 15%, something like that, right? Versus BTC, and BTC is up like 20, 30%, you know, over the, not 30, but 20% almost over the last few weeks. ARK, let's take a look at ARK. ARK is looking to break a, it is looking to break this resistance. If like we already broke this resistance based on the weekly, right? Which is the writing right there is too small, but it kind of looked like early on, right? A little bit breaking this resistance, right? Could basically moonshot for ARK. So I wouldn't FOMO right now. Entry was like 3100. It's at 4500 right now, but we got another basically level to pay attention to, which is like 8.8. Don't worry about this writing. That's my personal note if you can read it. But let's increase the font right here. That's the maximum I can do it, right? 40. So 8K. So but we got to be able to break this level, which is like June, and then we could June 2019 prices, and we can hit like 8,000, right? But it is facing a big resistance, you know, just about this area. We just gotta be able to break out. If you can break out above like 5,000, that's going to be an easy 30-40% move right there, like almost 60-50% move, right? So but we gotta be able to break above 5,000, and we can get a free space ride up to 8K. The dominance 3-day chart, let's take a look at it. The BTC.D, yeah, so that's BTC dominance just double bottom also, right? So it just double bottom. I saw like a early BTC dominance was making a bull flag right there. Okay, this bull flag kind of scared me. I was like, oh man, look at this. It was making a bull flag, so it just get a double bottom. So but let's just be cautious because it can still make this move, like get this 3-way move pullback before dropping. So it means if BTC dominance is gonna go up, it doesn't mean, right, BTC is going up, because BTC can still drop. You see what I'm saying? Like BTC can drop and alt can drop at the same time versus BTC. But with this double bottom, you just have to be very cautious, very cautious right now. Okay, very cautious. Not try to be too bullish or too bearish, because it is a possible corrective move, but the corrective move could be painful for like 4 to 5 days, because it can take a, but this move was impulse. So if this move is going to be impulse, that's a daily time frame. It could be like just about 2-3 days, right, to get back to the make this a regular flat correction and make this move. So alt could suffer for 2 to 3 days while BTC is, you know, basically gaining its dominance, right? And after BTC regain its dominance up to this level again, 64, based on trading view, we get this move. But let's take a look at the 3-day let's take a look at the MAs. I can't find my moving averages. That's 200, and that's 50, 50, 50, 50. So basically, let me give you a better color, because I think this orange color is not that beautiful. Make it yellow. Make this red. So is that what you're talking about, right? This 3 days 3-day death cross. Yeah, it is coming. It is coming, if that's what you're talking about. Yeah, we talk about the dollar. The dollar is a support area, just about a BC is still dumping just about like 11K right now. So the bull is gonna be the bull is gonna be in big trouble, guys, if we close anywhere around like below 10K within the next few hours, within the next 2 hours. They're gonna be in trouble. So a total 2. Do I think XRP will hold? I mean, XRP, if you've been following, you're supposed to long it like from 20 cents after we from like 20.5, something like that, right? Just low 20, right? Up to 30 cents. That's a 50% move, guys. You don't get 50% move from XRP that quick. So you're supposed to take advantage of it. That's why I did not hesitate when XRP basically pump above the weekly 220 EMA. We're going to take a look at the dollar. Hey, what's up, Tron Quan Vu? Hey, Santiago in the house. You mean 221? That's a 1 to 10. Yeah, on the 3-day, yes, it's about to cross. No, 221 is a weird. It's a weird combination, but let's see. Yeah, it's about to cross over. But let's go ahead and take a look at the total 2 before, because the total 2 is basically Ethereum chart. So no need to look at total 2. One of the reasons why I don't look alt dominance is like alt itself, they making Ethereum itself is making the same chart as, you know, the altcoin total 2, right? So it's the same thing as the Ethereum chart, right? So no need to basically and you can see like it basically hit, you know, double top right there. So alt basically double top, right? And you can see like most alt, they're not pumping at all, right? Versus BTC, but they, you know, Ethereum is pumping hard, so it is basically just pumping the price. So but alt double top, double bottom, you know, that's, you know, that is it, right? That is it, guys. That is it. But let's see, because that's the dollar value. So if alt is they're going to dump, it means they're only gonna, you know, they're only gonna dump like on dollar, but BTC value they can pump. It means like BTC has to dump, you know, BTC has to dump, because if alt value, dollar value has to basically dump, you know, but they're gonna pump versus BTC, it means BTC value has to basically retrace down. But it is going to be a very complex very complex it is going to be very complex, basically very complex. All right, So on the macro scale, you can see it is just a flat correction for alt. It is just a correction right now. 1, 2, and 3. On that's a monthly chart, right? You see it's very clean, no noise, none of that good stuff, right? Pretty clean. So, and we talked about this situation yesterday. And can we go higher? Yes, but you know, we could get this move down because we already got the regular flat. Can it be expanded? Yes, it can be expanded, go up higher, right? So, but if we go higher, next level to look for alt, it is like 225. Okay, 225, 225 billion. That's almost like all-time high. Not all-time high. All-time high was 450, but it's like 0.786 pullback, something like that. Let's see. 0.618 going to be 180. 0.786 going to be like just about 270. So, but with this flatty correction move right there, I just have to be cautious. Okay, that's one of my favorite moves. So if I see it, I have to respect it. Even if I don't play it, if I say, oh, we're still bullish, I'm just gonna respect it. Okay, because nothing is saying we cannot make triple bottom, right? You know, guys know about triple bottom, yes, and we can even continue the downtrend, right? Because I think that's 50% pullback for alt, like from the low, you know, that's 382 actually for alt. That's 382 for alt. So looking very strong. You guys remember BTC also pulled back down to 382 after the you know, the 20k pump, right? It dropped down to like a 382. Alt is doing the same thing, but we do not want to drop down to like no, that's 236, this pink line, but we don't want to drop down to like 382. 382 is almost like 10 billion. That's a 90% drop, right? So that's a 90% drop. So I was talking about 90% drop earlier, but I wasn't even paying attention to the you know, to the macro scale alt, right? Because alt dropping 90%, right? That's very doomish. But based on alt, you know, based on alt, you know, total market cap, if we break this 382 area, just like I was showing you back then about XRP, let's just double screen it, and I'm gonna show you XRP. When I was saying XRP gonna drop down to 11 cents, right? That was 13 to 11 cents, right? That was like last year, this time, right? Right? September, something like that. Take a look at XRP, macro scale, right? XRP macro scale, right there, okay? Like when XRP was like, you know, 30 cents, right around this area, July, I was like, if we break this area, we're gonna drop back down to like, you know, 13 to 11 cents. But most people could not understand what I was saying. Like they'd be like, oh, this guy is crazy now quoting for XRP, all that good stuff, right? So, you know, you can see right there. And what we said, if we drop down right here, we're gonna basically look for the previous fib retracement. And that's why on my back in October, I said to my group, we're gonna basically buy XRP 13 to 11 cents, right? Up to 15 cents, and we're gonna take profit, you know, take some profit, 25 cents, and see what's gonna go next, right? But we talk about all these moves. That's a macro move. So if you remember it now, you can play it. But if you don't remember it now, you might not play it. So XRP back to resistance. Next level to look for, if you're very bearish, it's like 0.618, which is anywhere around like a 3 to 6 cents. You see what I'm saying? So you take a look at alt, and it makes sense at the same time, because XRP to drop down to this level is going to be what? Almost like 80% drop, right? 80 to 90% drop from the peak right there, right? And take a look at alt. In order for alt to basically retrace down to 382, that's going to be 90% drop. It means like most alt are gonna have to die, right? They're gonna have to basically fade away, because that's a macro scale. That's not something that you're gonna expect like today or tomorrow or next week. Could like take like, you know, 12 to 24 months, right? So just like XRP, when we talk about it, was like August. It took like, you know, almost like over 6 months to drop down to this level. It could take another 6 to 9 months to up to even 12 months to drop down to this level, right? So just have to be cautious. Not saying it will, but if we get any bearish strong momentum right now, we just have to basically reconsider it. It is right there in front of us, and we basically talked about it a long time ago, but most people did not basically pay attention to XRP. And even back in December, when we got the dump on I think like BitMEX, I was like, guys, these dumps, right, they don't happen for no reason. Like whenever you see like a coin dump to a certain price level, just know it's gonna basically retest it. They call it flash crash. It's not a flash crash. XRP flash crash like back in December, right, on BitMEX, like all the way down to 13 cents. And I was like, guys, even though we got an order waiting at 13 cents, right? So let's pay attention to it. Let's pay attention to it. You got it all wrong, Send Crypto. Yes, thanks. We got it all wrong. So let's take a look at the dollar. But I wouldn't don't be too bearish, like extremely bearish short term. But macro picture, you still got a chance to still, okay. If you feel like you are not telling you what to do whatever you want with your money. I'm just telling you what I see on a macro scale, all right, and how I would basically play it. So whether I'm wrong or right, it is based on my own personal analysis. I'm not telling you what to do constant, right? Remember that. You bullish, you bullish. You bearish, you bearish. Okay, Send Crypto is bullish, Send Crypto is bullish, right? So you just watch my analysis and basically do your own research and trade the market like you wish, okay? But do not basically be bearish or bullish based on my analysis. I'm just telling you what I see, right? So let's go back to the dollar. So we're gonna take a look at the dollar and then go back to BTC. So let's get a clean chart. So the DXY monthly looks very engulfing, very engulfing monthly candle, right? So that's not. It's gonna take a while for the DXY to for the dollar index to basically recover. That's one of the most bearish. That's one of the most bearish monthly candle since like when? Since like January 2018, right? So that's and back in January 2018, you can see like the dollar was going up, but stock was still going up, all the way up. But the lower degree, we got some sort of a double bottom formation, right? Not a double bottom, but we got a divergence on our MACD, a beautiful, almost like 5 days divergence right there on the hourly basis, and since like July 27th right there. Okay, so but what are we looking for right now? What I would be looking for is like a pullback. Look for a pullback right there. So see if we're gonna get, if we get this pullback, the bulls has to basically support the area, because we already broke the trend line. We already broke this negative trend line, right? So now we just have to drop back down and do not break this this trend line right there. We don't want to break it. Okay, so that's what we need to be looking for, at least within the next few trading session. See if the bull is gonna come back down and retest down to 0.7. I'm just giving like a range. I don't want to give a price range because I'm not trading it, but give it like a setup. You see what I'm saying? The setup might not be a three-way move pullback. It can even be a straight line, right? But I don't like to expect a straight line, right? So just saying, okay, we can basically make a small wave to the downside. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't want like the dollar to drop to 92 and you be like, oh, we're gonna drop back down to 93, all that good stuff, right? So just say a corrective move down. It can be any corrective move. But as of now, we don't have confirmation yet. A general confirmation, full confirmation of a reversal but we're on a process of making a reversal. Because if we break this 92.50, all of this is going to be invalidated, and we just have to wait for it to give us another chance, right? It is something that we just have to keep in mind. Yeah, so the dollar, we got to keep an eye on it, and at the same time just keep an eye on BTC up to 11.8. It's another 10% move nearly, okay? Not 10%, 8%, something like that, right? Still, which is still good, right? If you're doing it like with a low leverage, it is still with a 2 to 3x move. That says 8%, you know, 3x. That's still a almost 21% gain, right? If you do it a 3x with a 2x, you know, regardless of your position size, 20% move of your money, 20% of your money is still a good move. All right, 20%. But we don't have any divergence on the hourly yet, so it means hourly has to give us this move, and this move we're going to look for the hourly MACD divergence, okay? But usually MACD doesn't give you a deep divergence, right? It usually give you like this type of divergence, very steep, strong slope, right? So, and price could just do this and retest the low right there, okay? Retest the low, while you know the MACD going to be very sharp, and we're going to look for this move back up, right? So I'm very not 100% confident, right? But we got a very good chance to basically retest it. So just be cautious, okay? Don't be too bearish in this area, especially like shorting it like below 11k, right? Too early, okay? Too early. So let me take a look at the chat room once again. Fernandez, get ready for XRP to be world reserve currency. Gold XRP, Steve just say be ready for XRP to be a world reserve currency. He didn't say that. He just said be ready for XRP to move up. Still look good on the weekly though. So basically we're most likely not going to close above 11.7 since, like, you know, 2018 we weren't able to do it. Closing above 11.7 is a key level to for the bears. They might not let that happen, okay? The highest we closed was like 11,685. This small candle right there, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, right? This small candle was like the week of January 22nd, and we closed right at 11,685. Okay, 11,600. We talked about it already. 11,685. So that's why 11.7 is so important. Okay, you can see like the pump we got right there. We even like we pumped like a 14k, drop down, pump back up to 13, drop down, pump back up to 12. We could not even basically close above this line, same exact line, you can see. And we talked about it before the pump when XRP, when BTC was like 11.2, that's when we started talking about it. So we're saying 11.7 going to be a key level to be paying attention to over the next few trading session, right? So going back up above it, even this week, going back up above it is still possible. Okay, going back up, that's why I'm saying 11.8 range, we can still, but we don't want to close above it. Okay, we don't want to close above it. You don't want to close above it. I want to close above it. All right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day. I think like we've been streaming like for almost an hour and a half, right? when depending on volatility tonight, I might be going live, you know, Sunday night live, right? So for my Australian people, because they're sleeping, I mean, ERD doesn't have enough. Let's see. Erlang, I mean, it's nothing much you can say about Erlang, right? It is just pumping. You got a big sell volume. I mean, if you bought it like right there, and I was like, Erlang looks good, okay, 53 was actually right around this area. As soon as we broke this level, I was like, 53 Erlang is very cheap, okay. As you can see, it went pump like 400%, right, up to like more than 400, up like from 53 to basically almost 300, okay, almost, okay, 290. So that's extremely juicy. So if you bought it, like, that's over 400% up. So if you bought it anywhere around this level, you don't be great, okay. When something pump like versus BTC at 400%, you gotta get your BTC back. You gotta get that saves you, like, even if BTC drop 80%, right, you're still okay. You see, that's why sometimes it is good to trade alt, because let's say I'm holding, you know, Erlang from 50 to 400, 50 to 200, that's 400%. So 400%, right, versus BTC. So BTC has to drop what, almost 80% for me to lose my dollar value. You see what I'm saying? So that's why sometimes you have to go back to BTC, because Erlang gonna drop. It is just a matter of fact. I mean, it's just a fact. It is just also a matter of time, right, before it drops, right? But it will drop. It is just what it is. It will drop at least 50% to 60% at least, okay. So it is up to you to be ready for it, to be mentally ready for it. Just like VeChain and Zilliqa, we talk about it, they're going to drop 50 to 60%, right? They all drop 50 to 60%. Take a look at Zilliqa. Take a look at Zilliqa BTC, already corrected. So we said look for 150. It is still around the same level, right? You can see, like, it dropped 54%, okay. Didn't quite drop 60, but you know, 50 to 60 is good enough. Take a look at basically VeChain. Most people are not going to be patient enough to wait, right? Not going to be patient enough to wait, right? VeChain, not yet, okay. 50% going to take us right around like 113. So we got, and 50% going to be 0.618 for it. But a short-term trade to look for was like 157 to 180 and push back up. It did that. It came back down to 160, pump back up, and all that good stuff, right? But this setup was like for the short-term trade. We got to support 0.50%. Next fib level to look for. If you're bullish, you could play this one out. Try to play, but we're assuming that's going to be the bull run, right? So, but next level to be paying attention to, it is going to be 115, 114, basically low 100. It is going to be volatile, so you don't want to pick a number. Just lot of position 115 to 100. Let it fill, okay? And after that, we could look for a nice 20% move, right? A possible push back up to the previous fib level, which is going to be a 20% move, which is like 130. It could even go higher to 0.618 on the opposite direction. So retrace down to 0.618 and pull back up to 0.618, which is going to be almost 188, right? If you're basically very conservative, you could just push it back up to 50% pullback, which is like 175, which is still pretty good, okay? Which is still pretty good. So you're looking for 111 roughly, right, to basically 175. That's 50% move. It can do it, right? It can do it. We did it like back then right here, okay? We did it back then right here, okay? As you can see, we pump like where? We pump all the way up to 111, right? 111, 110, and we drop back down to 0.618. 0.618 was like 63 and pump back up to like 81, okay? So you take your fib retracement from swing high to swing low, pump right back up to just about 50% pullback, okay? 382 to 50% pullback, which was also a very, very juicy move, almost a 40% move. So we could expect, like from VChain, a pullback down to roughly like low $100 to give us another, 40 to 60% move, right? So I'm looking forward for that trade also. Bet we will have institutional money pumping into. So Alt is recovering. They're recovering. One chain is recovering. So one chain just hit resistance at 31 cents. So I'm still bullish on storage. It gave us this engulfing candle. So let's see. It dipped all the way down to 1400 sats. So hopefully the bulls are buying, and we just need to break this level. So it doesn't give like a warning. It just sometimes pump to the upside, but volume is very big. So it could, it could just be selling volume is very big, so it could delay the process of any further move to the upside. Okay, any further move to it could delay, it could last forever. So PHB drop back down to the trend line, right? Getting support, kind of engulfing low volume. So let's see what the bull is going to be doing this week. Entry was 40, so it is just 10% below entry, so it's still okay. For all to drop 10% versus BC is not a big deal. So if BC drops anywhere around like low 10k, this boy can basically take advantage of it, because I got some target up to like 120. But it could take, it could take a while for it to hit 120. We need to break 55, which was like an initial target for, possible rejection. Next level going to be rough around like a 73, which is the next green line. And we got maximum target of like a 120 to 110 range, right? Its February high is very, very, let's see, May, June prices is almost like 300. Can it do it? Yes. We've seen like Erlon pumping like from 50 to 300. It can't do it. It just gotta pick up the momentum. Okay, it has to pick up the momentum. Otherwise, it could be doomed. Right? It could be doomed very, very soon. So, but I'm watching it very, very close. I'm not saying to go buy it, right? But I'm saying I'm watching it. Okay, I'm watching it. Oh, Peter inflatables in the house. ARK mooning. Yeah, ARK is mooning. ARK, you just gotta be cautious with it and sit tight, relax. It's gonna moon, man. I've been saying it when ARK was 1600 sats. So if you've been holding ARK since like January, you're still massively up on your investment, because ARK, we pick it up right there, right there, right? So, and target was like 35. We hit target like almost over 100% move. So if you just took your initial investment and let the rest run, like let's say you put $1 on ARK at 1600, it pumped to 35. You take your $1 because you got $2, right? Take your dollar back and let the other dollar run. You're still up, okay? It dropped back down to the same exact level. You add your other dollar. Now you got $2 on ARC, right? And you're still now up. You're still up. So you're still up on ARC. And it is 50 cents. It is mooning like both on BTC and dollar value, 23% up. Because ARC, we got 8,000% gain. It got another 100% move over the next few months. So it is up to you to hold it. It could be another long, right? We just gotta break this level, guys. Comfortably break above like 5,000, and we could be mooning. It could be mooning all the way up to even like 17,000, right? But let's take care of basically 8,000 first before we talk about 17,000 and all that good stuff. A full bag of GRS. I thought you basically, you said last time you got rid of your GRS and you got into a XLM. So GRS got this dump. It can come back down, right? It is coming down. I think that's what we said. So we could be looking for this move. Now we just have to be patient for this to complete. It can retest like 50% of this week. That's why I draw this line right there. But we also got a support right there around like 14, 1500. So let's just see. We don't have any sign of reversal yet, but it is very accumulative. It is just a matter of time. You might wait like till next alt season or even the one before, the one after that. But the takeaway is, you know, it is there for us to accumulate. All right, it is still accumulating, still accumulative. It is still accumulating right there, right? Very accumulative, right? So same range. So it's not, it hasn't done anything yet. So if you're getting yourself like, you know, if you feel very excited about like, you know, 40% pump, all of that, it hasn't done anything. This sucker can pump like 200% up. So don't get I wouldn't be excited about like even like a 50% pump because it is still in the same range. I wouldn't get excited. Right. PPT, I mean PPT, you know, most people saying it is a scam, right? So I'm not sure if you're holding a big bag, but I don't go by fundamentals, like I just go by the chart, which is Populous. It has those big wicks. Yeah, it has those big wicks right there, like before the drop. It just now doing this. It did it before, right there last year, right? Not last year, but yeah, last year it did it, like it did the same thing right there. It did it right here. So I would just be cautious with Populous, because you know most people are saying like it is a scam, but it is still being traded. So you know we can either start, you know, being cautious with it, right? But we got a nice trend line right there. It is still in the same range. Let's just do this. It is still making a wedge, right? You still have support area. Okay, you still, okay, you still. So one thing, you just have to be careful. You just have to be careful and not try to pick a big bag of it, or like 60% of your alt position in Populous. So would just be cautious. It can, yeah, it is very aggressive. This sucker can pump like 70% in like 4 hours or something like that, like this. So can't do that, right? So but right now it is at the point like where we need, you know, Populous to give us a breakout, right? Just like A and B got the same structure too before the breakout. Just like A and B, you see? So A and B, that's why we had a target, you know, up to 190, you know, entry 129. I waited till we break this area, and then pump above the 3-day 21 EMA, right there we took an entry. It pumped to target, came back down right here, and pumped to like second target 280, right? So A and B was an easy one. It was a easy setup sometimes, right? Sometimes you find this easy setup. Sometimes you can find an easy setup, but it takes a very long time before they break out. Like this one is a very easy setup. You just have to be very patient, right? You buy right here. I told you back in February, sell right there. It's gonna drop right there. And I was like, okay, right there, just about like, I was waiting for it to drop 180 first. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna fall more around 190. And you know, but we need to break 250. It is still ranging in this area, so it might pump next. That's AGI. I don't know if I said the name or not. It can pump like this alt season. I mean, you know, it can pump right now, or you might wait for till like a September alt season to give us the reversal. But the takeaway is like, if we retest this trend line, bulls most likely going to be buying, right? Bulls most likely we're going to be buying. PPT is 5%. Yeah, 5% is good enough. 5% is good enough, because it, I don't know, it has, I don't know. So yeah, ARC is looking very good, man. Let's take a look at the winners. OAX still looking good. ARC, NIM, DNT still looking good, 14% up. So that's why I said, man, pick up Arthur. When we dropped last week, I was like, pick him up. Blue Zell still on steroid. Syscoin is back up on drug. Yeah, DNT, I'm very bullish on DNT, but don't just know how long it's going to take for it to break out, but I'm very bullish on DNT. You know, you guys know, on the 3-day chart, I'm very bullish. So it is just a correction, entry 88. It dipped down to like even 69, okay? So, but we got a support level at 52, so I'm aware of it. So it is okay for it to dip down, right? But we just need to break the 100 EMA on the 3-day chart. I don't know why my EMA is just gone. So Aeon also dipped back down to like 850 to 1000 range, right? So it is still very accumulated, still making higher, you know, higher lows. Double top just by this level of 50% pullback. Need to break 1400. I know it's a big move to break 1400 now, but it is still a correction as of now. Okay, this is just a correction. We just need to break this level right there. Could take a while, but so XRP broke out of the XRP BTC broke out. Bang, nice breakout. Okay, nice breakout, just like AMB, because XRP and AMB, they move together. I don't know why XRP is just now lagging, but it is an easy breakout right there. Can easily come back down. Let's take a look at the losers. ADA still hugging 1200. So ADA, I would wait for 0.618, which is almost like 800 to 900 range to basically buy the dip right there. Okay, if I'm swing trading it, 800 sats to 900 sats for a possible swing trade entry. All right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day. It's been 2 hours already of streaming. I talked to you guys. Tonight. OMG is still looking downward, right? Let's check OMG. Oh my gosh. Okay, so OMG looking for 1250 area. We're not yet at 1250. We dropped down to 1300, right? So this is the thing. OMG, I was looking for it to pull back up right there, like to 1810 range. It did pull back up to even like 1900. We're looking for this 1250. It dropped down to like 1300, so not quite yet. I think this level is 0.618, right? Just like I just said, that's actually 0.618, right? 1826 is 0.618. I mean 1226 is 0.618, but just to round it up, just to front run it, looking for 1250. Okay, at 1250, after that we could look for another pullback right there. We could look for a nice at least 25 to a 30%, up to 40% move, right? So that's the setup I'm looking for OMG, right? So we got this move first. I'm looking for this, right? So not saying the timing gonna be, but I'm just saying this, okay? Looking for an upward momentum. I don't care about how it does it, if it's gonna be choppy or explosive or whatever, but we're just looking for after that another push back up, even up to like a 1500s, 15,000. Well, I'm saying 1500, 15,000. That's 12,500. But you know what I mean right there, because it say 00018. That's why I'm reading it in terms of 100, like a 1500. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I'll talk to you guys in a minute.